And there's so many people like yourself, Grandmaster Kugel, who've done so much, and they've just gotten tired because they've been beat down even by their own community. Oh, what are you doing? They'll never get it. They don't care. And then a lot of people just give up. And then a lot of people just say, well, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. I'm making some money now. I just need to recoup some funds. I've been doing this for 50 years. I need some retirement. In the Western culture, unfortunately, you have to have money. There is no barter system. You can't trade services for services. You can, but somehow the IRS is going to want to cut.
you said that one right.
And with us knowing that, it's really hard. But conversations like this kind of wakes everybody up, kind of shakes the nation. Look, we've got a new sport, and the fastest growing sport in the world, and it's called mixed martial arts. And a lot of the people in it call themselves martial artists. So why don't we go traditional? Why don't we bring the tradition back? Bring it back, these training techniques. Oh, these healing techniques. Oh, let's definitely jump into the internal, the chi, because I know that's something that you know about very well.
Yeah, you know what it is? There's a lot of talent in the MMA. Like you got the Anderson Silvas and so forth. Great talent. And if you look at all the ones that have the great talent, black belts in either Kempo, even their forefathers of MMA, you know what I'm saying? You had black belts in Kempo, black belts in Jiu-Jitsu. They either had some type of like collegiate wrestling, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
They've got some type of talent, And what happens is, and I see it today, there's a lot of young kids getting involved with it. There's no foundation. There is no foundation. So they get out there and they get annihilated. They're getting annihilated, and it's like, are you kidding me? It's like you take the time, and we're a fast food society. I know in California they have a drive-through wake, you know what I'm saying, with the glass window, and you go up there, you pay your respect, and you leave. It's like you can't take the time to get out of the car. That's sad, but we're doing it in martial arts too. The same attitude is carried there. And bottom line, it comes down to this: money.
Mm-hmm. I so agree. Well, material. It's not a lifestyle. It's a career is not a lifestyle. Martial arts is a lifestyle. It's not a career. When you choose
Absolutely.
when you choose to do it, you choose to do it. And when you do it and you see it through, again, like I was told, look, man, you're not even getting real into it till you hit 50, and then everything starts to merge, and then you start to become truly one with your craft and yourself. They start to really
Absolutely.
merge. And, that's scary to think because, you catch somebody in their 60s, 70s, and there's a few grandmasters in their 80s that will really put the smack down on somebody 25.
And the thing is, you're not lying. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you can say, well, Travis, you're wrong. You're not. I mean, you're getting 25-year-olds out of grandmasters. It's like, oh my gosh, you haven't even lived. You know what I'm saying? It's when I see somebody in their 50s, 60s, 70s, then I can approach them and say, okay, how did you make it through life? You know what I'm saying? How did you handle this? That is somebody who's lived. And that's part of the arts, too. It's living life. It's gaining knowledge. It's experience. And the same thing in the arts. One thing, no matter what, I tell my students, okay, learn. Learn as much as you can. I said, and keep training and keep moving and keep understanding. Because I know there's some Filipinos out there. I tell you, these guys can fight with a knife. When I tell you fight with a knife, I don't care if you're the best kicker in the world. You throw that kick, they'll cut your leg wide open. And once your mind focuses on that cut for a split moment, they'll cut you wide open. It's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? So the arts are a lifetime. It's understanding. It's understanding the body, how to move. It's what to do, how to do it, when to do it. And that will bring you confidence. That will bring you a peace. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean we don't get nervous if all of a sudden you have 4 guys come up to you, but there's a piece in you knowing what you can do.
Oh, well, again, you've lived it. In your mind, these are things that you've trained for. Your body knows what to do. Without even thinking, you could just close your eyes, and just by feel, it's a wrap. And I didn't understand that when I was a little kid watching these movies. And I always thought it was all cinematography, until I started to get older. And then I realized what energy was. And then I realized that you have an energy field around you. And then I realized that you can feel things that aren't touching you. Then it made sense. Then it made sense to why a guy would fight and he would know someone had stepped behind him. He would know someone just came up. His body was so used to sensing his surroundings that it would react without him having to do a thing. Now, you're trying to tell me that's not science? Oh, my goodness.
All science is understanding a lot of stuff that we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? My attitude is take.
It's the experience.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead, definitely, because you got a lot. You got to give me that knowledge.
My attitude is always take the impossible and make it a possible. You know what I'm saying? Because, and one thing I'm the type of person, if you say, you can't do this, it's like, no, I'm going to do it. Because now it's something else I need to work on. It's something else I need to develop. I tell my guys, listen, I say, you're going to get into a tight situation. It could be the man gets his hands on you, it's going to be a tight grappling situation. And your hands may only be, a fingertip away from the body. How are you going to generate enough power to crack a rib, you know what I'm saying, or hurt the body enough where it'll drop down some, then you can counter from there. You have to learn, understand the body. Not it's just internal energy. It's the body itself. It's keeping the body relaxed. It's learning how to generate speed and apply that with your internal energy. You're gonna cause this man to hesitate. And once you do that, then you continue whatever you need to do, depending what the situation calls for.
Oh, definitely. But it's that reaction. It's that knowing. It's that knowing without knowing.
It's one of the things I do when I'm in motion is I always listen for your breathing. Your breathing will determine to me where I'm going to go next. Because when you breathe heavy, I know your lungs are moving faster. I know your blood's going to flow faster. And I know what I can do to shut you down real quick. You know what I'm saying? So those are all part of the art. Especially if you're a big guy. That's why you got like MMA, you got boxing. They have different weight categories. Because you can't have a 250-pound guy squaring off with a guy who's 130 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Can't. So what do you have that's going to beat that big guy? What is going to be your advantage? Well, I might get him in a choke. That's a pretty long shot. I might. You know what I'm saying? That's
Might with a bigger guy who's outweighing you by 100 to 200 pounds. And if he's got any skill, Mike can't happen, or Mike could cost you your life.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Then by the time you go, it's too late. Now you're already entangled in this fight, and it's like, now what do you got? What do you have to save your hide? And that's what you have to look at, because you can't look at, I'm a good fighter for my weight, or maybe somebody 20, 30 pounds more. But what if he's 80 pounds more? What if he's 90, 100 pounds? What do you got? I have guys in my school that are 275 pounds, 6'4". They're strong and they're quick. What are you going to do to shut them down? You know what I'm saying? Enough to get in there and finish them off. And that's what you have to look at. Pound for pound, you can't pound it out with them, not unless you get lucky. You can't pound it out with something like that. I only weigh 192.
Yeah, that's not something that's going to happen. Actually, you know what you're doing. See, that's just it. You never saw the fights. You never saw a guy. Okay, let's just say this. A lot of the videos that you see on YouTube are kind of tainted. No, I'm not going to say kind of. They are tainted. I'm going to go there. Here's why I say that. You'll see it'll say, I've only seen one video on YouTube that was actually accurate. But all the other videos of you see of MMA guy versus a someone from the traditional arts. Only one video have I ever seen a Shaolin monk actually just get hit once and got tired, and he said it is done. He acknowledged, put his hands together, acknowledged, nodded his head, next punch he threw, the fight was over. See, that was real. Because in all actuality, he could have took him out from Jump Street. And then I watched some of these fights that you see, and of course, these guys aren't using their skill. Why? Because basically it's like, okay, no problem. I'm going to punch you in your shoulder, and I'm going to break 3 of your ribs. How you like that? And you're not going to understand how they did that. It's like, why does my side hurt? But he punched me in the shoulder. Well, easy. He sent energy through your body to a specific point while you were exposed, and now your ribs are broken. Every time you breathe, a man can't fight if a man can't breathe. That's just common sense. So I look at those.
Absolutely.
I look at those videos, and they're not accurate. That's not an accurate portrayal of what that Shaolin fighter or what that traditional martial artist would do. What did he do? He got in there, he put the gloves on and said, okay, I'm not going to kill you, is what he did. He feels bad to the fact that he could maim you with 2 fingers. No problem.
Yeah.
Meridian points. I just run up and down your body. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, yeah, you'll start breathing again in about 5 seconds.
But the other thing is a tough one. Somebody shuts you down for 5 seconds, now you're open game. You know what I'm saying? Because once he stops you from being able to defend yourself, whether it's through breathing, I like to shut people down their blood supply. When I do that, their eyes, they start seeing yellow flashes, they get dizzy, and they can't respond. And when they can't respond, then you go in and you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To end it. So it's that's what the arts is all about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, Anderson Silva, I think he's an incredible fighter. I really do. I think he's a great fighter. He's got a lot of talent. But now, here's the other fact that people don't take. I teach one way to fight. In other words, my guys, they enter tournaments. We don't point fight. I don't believe in that. I teach them how to street fight. So when they go to tournaments, they street fight. I said, you can't do point in street. Because out in the street, you may get confused in your mind and start to pull out a point fight, and that point fighting move costs you your life. You've got to train consistently one way. You know what I'm saying? And what are you looking for? Are you looking to survive in the street? Are you looking to survive in point fighting? Well, if you want to do just point fighting, okay, understand that that's not reality out in the street. But you have a lot of trophies, and that's good. My suggestion is carry a trophy with you in case you get jumped, or at least you can beat them with it. You know?
Yeah, carry that plaque in your backpack so that way you can go ahead and catch them a couple times with your plaque. Yeah, that's good.
but you understand what I'm saying, though?
Definitely.
Right, and that's how you have to fight. So even if he comes at you like a point fighter, he moves in, bam, if you hit that leg, then you go in there and you just go after him. You hit those spots that's going to shut him down. So he cannot fight back. And that's what I teach my high ranks. You know what I'm saying? Even my kids that are high ranks, they understand about blood flow. They understand about areas to hit, how to shut down, how to move, what happens when the body, you know what I'm saying, gets shocked and how it's going to respond. So I learned a lot of that when I was in college to study to be a physical therapist. You know what I'm saying? That we learned about the internal. We learned about all this and all. And I learned a lot from that. I also learned a lot from my jiu-jitsu teacher who taught me nerve strikes and so forth. So that in real life is, I don't care about trophies. You can keep your trophies. As I told people, my trophy is if I get jumped out in the street by 2 guys, I get to go home. Me going home is the trophy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by far. It's kind of the, I don't know if you, a while back, I don't know if you heard about this, but Renzo Gracie was well, they attempted to mug him.
Yes,
now,
I heard that story.
Obviously, this man was still tweeting while using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or using Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on them while still tweeting.
That's skill. That's talent.
What I'm trying to figure out is, Do you not know who that man is? And even if you do not know who that man is,